Hi, welcome everyone. Today I'm going to test the Insta360 One R 360 mod camera. This has totally transformed the video I take on my motorcycle. Let me take you through the amazing footage and capability of this camera in the next few minutes. So first, let's talk about some settings before we start. I'm shooting 4K 50 frames per second, standard video mode, having the Flowstate stabilization on. This is app based, so it can be changed later. And also I'm using vivid color and the wind noise reduction is on. Today I'm riding my Ducati Monster. It only has a small head fairing in the front, so that might affect the sound quality a bit. And the camera is mounted on a tank bag. I don't like mounting cameras on my helmet or on my body like a chest harness. I'm not comfortable with it. So first, let's hear the sound from the built-in microphone first. Low speed, the sound is okay. It's a bit muffled, but it can pick up the between engine of the bike pretty well. But once the speed builds up, the sound is pretty much blanked by the wind noise. I think the position of the microphone is to do with it. So first let's have a 360 horizontal rotation. Okay, that's quite amazing. Now I'm setting the view at fisheye 75 degrees. I can change the view to a wider 100-degree view, or I can zoom in to a narrow view. Say let's focus on my dash. Yeah, I'm not putting my head down. That's all done by the app of the camera later. So let's have a few more interesting views. This is the top-down view. And now it's the upside down. Now let's go to bottom up. And let's turn to the left side. Right, back to the front view. So I can even track items in the footage. So let's track that grey car in the front left. You'll see the camera slowly turns as the car comes to my left. I'm not controlling the camera with my hand because I'm riding, so that's all done by the software, the app, later. So now let's turn into something that's really interesting. Let's go to the tiny planet view. Well, that's just the coolest angle I have ever seen on an action cam. And let's try another interesting view, just the 180. So this is only a quick taste of what this Insta360 One R 360 mod camera can do. All of this is done in the 360 Studio app. I'm not using any third-party video editing software. So basically, this camera can do the job of several cameras at once. It's a one-cam setup. There is no fiddly adjustment of the camera angle, and then you have the capability to select any angle of view later in the editing. It is not just for motorcycling. This can be used for anything. I'm not saying this will replace all the other action cameras, but it gives a much greater video capability and possibility. You can create using all the angles you can imagine, and the footage quality is very good, and the Flowstate stabilization is possibly the best I've ever used. It can lock onto a certain angle you set and process all the image accordingly. This basically eliminates pretty much all the vibration or jelly wobbly effects I've experienced with other action cameras on motorcycle. I'm very glad that I've got this camera. So I'm sure there are future updates or upgrades to this camera or this system that will address a few issues, like there's only 50 frames per second in the 4K shooting mode on this 360 mod alone, and some of the stitching are not perfect, and the sound quality can be improved. So this is now my main camera on the bike now. I might even use it for other video shooting activities. So to compare, I think I'll just put on some footage from my DJI Osmo Action camera that I made earlier on the same bike. So here on the footage on the DJI, you'll see the limitation of having a fixed lens. You can't change the view, and it's not really that wide. The footage quality is very nice, and I'll say the sound quality is probably better than the Insta360. But that just shows how awesome the Insta360 One R 360 mod is. It really changed the way that I will make my videos on motorcycles now. With the DJI, I always try to mount it at different places and try to adjust the angles to get a particular shot I want. With the Insta360, I can just set the camera and off I go. And then later when I come home, I can choose any angle view I want. So that makes things a lot easier, and I have more options and have more interesting footage. But the DJI is still a great camera, and I can use it for a particular specific type of shot, like here. I'm mounted on the fork or on the tail of the bike. Yeah, so the DJI is still a good camera for doing this type of job. Okay, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate if you can like or subscribe. I'll bring more videos in the future. Thanks again. See you next time.